The psyllium husk craze is a perfect example of how an old, medically useful fiber supplement can suddenly explode into a viral wellness hack once TikTok gets hold of it. Psyllium is nothing new. It's been used for decades to treat constipation, soften stools, and support digestive health. But social media has reframed it as a magic powder that flattens bloating, shrinks your waist overnight, curbs cravings, and fixes your gut. The promise is seductive. One scoop in water, and your stomach looks better instantly. Influencers show before and after videos, swirling glasses of thick fiber gel like it's a miracle potion. But behind the hype lies a more complicated reality, and the risks of misusing psyllium are far more serious than the internet lets on. Psyllium works by absorbing water and forming a gel-like mass in the digestive tract. This increases the bulk of stool, improves bowel regularity, and slows digestion, which can help with satiety and blood sugar control. When used properly, it can be genuinely helpful for both constipation and diarrhea, making it one of the more versatile fibers available. But TikTok's obsession has completely warped expectations, turning psyllium into a quick fix for bloating or a visual trick for a flatter stomach. In reality, the gel formed by psyllium does not reduce belly fat, flatten the abdomen, or clean out the gut the way creators claim. If anything, taking it incorrectly can cause more bloating, more discomfort, and in some cases, real medical emergencies. The biggest reason psyllium is risky in the hands of uneducated users is its heavy reliance on water. Psyllium expands significantly when it contacts liquid, and if someone takes too much or doesn't drink enough water, it can swell prematurely in the throat, esophagus, or intestines. This can cause choking, severe constipation, intestinal blockage, or dangerous impaction. Emergency departments have seen cases where people took multiple tablespoons at once, thinking more fiber means more benefits, only to end up with intense abdominal pain or obstruction. TikTok rarely mentions this. Instead, creators often show themselves dumping huge scoops into tiny cups of water, chugging quickly before it gels, and encouraging viewers to do the same. It's reckless. There's also a widespread misconception that psyllium reduces bloating. This is misleading at best. Psyllium can help prevent bloating in people with constipation by improving regularity over time, but for many users, especially those new to fiber or those who increase their dose too quickly, psyllium actually creates bloating, gas, cramping, and pressure. The gut microbiome needs time to adjust to increased fermentable material. Going from minimal fiber to daily psyllium overnight is one of the easiest ways to shock the digestive system. Yet influencers routinely promote it as an instant debloating tool, creating unrealistic expectations and encouraging unsafe dosing. Another overlooked issue is how psyllium interacts with medications. Because it forms a thick gel in the digestive tract, it can interfere with the absorption of prescriptions and supplements if taken too close together. Blood sugar medications, antidepressants, thyroid drugs, and even vitamins can be affected, yet most people tossing psyllium into their smoothies have no idea. Individuals with inflammatory bowel disease, strictures, or swallowing difficulties are at particular risk, but TikTok trends do not differentiate between someone with a healthy gut and someone with a vulnerable one. There's also a psychological risk in the way psyllium is marketed. It reinforces the belief that bloating is a flaw that must be fixed, or that digestion should always feel flat, quick, and clean. Bloating is often normal after fiber-rich meals, after certain vegetables, during hormonal fluctuations, and trying to hack it with supplements can mask underlying issues like stress, food intolerance, or poor eating habits. Fiber supplements can be helpful, but using them as a way to avoid building a balanced, fiber-rich diet is a shortcut that rarely works long-term. A scoop of psyllium cannot replace vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and nuts, which provide nutrients psyllium lacks and promote healthier microbiome diversity than any supplement alone. Even when used safely, psyllium is just one tool. It improves digestion gradually, not magically. It requires consistent hydration, appropriate dosing, and patience. But social media, desperate for fast results and dramatic visuals, sells it as a daily essential, convincing teens and young adults that fiber supplements are mandatory for a functioning gut. The trend turns a simple supplement into a performance ritual, and people end up depending on psyllium instead of addressing the basics: hydration, dietary fiber, physical activity, meal timing, and stress. The psyllium husk craze shows how quickly wellness culture can turn a helpful, evidence-backed supplement into a risky obsession. Used correctly, psyllium can support gut health. Used the way TikTok advertises, it can damage it. The promises are appealing, but the reality is far less glamorous. Psyllium is a tool, not a hack, and when misused, it can cause exactly the problems it claims to fix, or far worse.